Hello, my amazing students. Today, I want to share something that can truly change your life. Listen carefully, because this message is very important. English is not difficult. English is not impossible. You can speak English fluently, and you can achieve it faster than you think. Many of you feel nervous when trying to speak. You hesitate. You get stuck. Sometimes, you don't even try because you are afraid of making mistakes. Perhaps you have studied English for years, but when it's time to speak, your mind feels empty. You know the words. You can understand English when you read or listen, but when it comes to speaking, you freeze. I completely understand because I've been there too. I know how it feels when you want to say something, but the right words don't come to mind. I know the frustration when people speak fast, and you can't keep up. But here's the good news, you don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to feel stuck or frustrated. Today, I will guide you on how to learn English in the easiest and most natural way. From this moment, I want you to forget everything that made English difficult. Forget about complicated grammar rules. Forget about trying to be perfect. Most importantly, forget about fear. The biggest obstacle stopping people from speaking English is not a lack of knowledge, it's fear. Fear of mistakes. Fear of embarrassment. Fear of being judged. Think about how you learned your first language. Did you memorize grammar books? Did you study long lists of words? No. You learned by listening, copying, making mistakes, and using the language every single day. This is exactly how you are going to learn English. From today, you will stop learning English in a stressful way. Instead, you will live English, speak it, hear it, and think in it every day. By following this method, speaking English will become natural, confident, and enjoyable. Now that we are ready to begin, let's dive into the 7 essential steps to learn English naturally and effectively. These steps will help you speak English confidently, fluently, and without fear. If you follow them carefully, you will notice progress faster than you ever imagined. Step 1. Change your mindset, 256 to 436. The very first and most important step is to change your mindset. Many learners believe English is difficult, complicated, or impossible to master. This belief creates resistance in your brain and slows down your learning. Instead, you need to think differently. Imagine a baby learning to walk. A baby falls countless times but never gives up. The baby gets up, tries again, and eventually walks naturally without effort. The same principle applies to learning English. Mistakes are not failures, they are proof that you are learning. Start repeating positive statements to yourself. English is easy. I can speak English. I am improving every day. Avoid saying phrases like, my English is bad, or I cannot speak English. These small shifts in thinking will greatly enhance your learning speed and confidence. Step 2. Surround yourself with English, 436 to 719. The next step is to create an English environment wherever you are. You do not need to live in an English-speaking country to become fluent. Start by changing your phone language to English. This simple action exposes you to English daily and helps your brain become comfortable with the language. Next, practice thinking in English. Instead of translating from your native language, try to form simple thoughts directly in English. For example, when you wake up, instead of thinking, "I need to brush my teeth" in your native language, think, "I will brush my teeth now." When you make tea, think, "I am making tea." At first, it will feel strange, but over time it will become natural. Another powerful method is talking to yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and have simple conversations. For example, "Hello, how are you today?" "I am good." "I have a lot of work to do, but I feel great." This practice allows you to speak without fear of judgment, which builds confidence. Additionally, label objects around your house with English words. Stick papers on your table, refrigerator, doors, and mirrors. Each time you see them, read the words aloud and form simple sentences. "This is a cup." "I drink tea from this cup." Repetition will train your brain to recognize English automatically. Step 3. Stop worrying about grammar. 7:19 to 8:54. Many learners make the mistake of trying to learn grammar perfectly before speaking. This creates fear of making mistakes. Instead, focus on speaking first, correcting later. Observe how children learn their first language. They listen, repeat words, and gradually their grammar improves naturally. Rather than memorizing complex grammar rules, learn simple sentences. "I am eating," "She is going to the market," "They are playing football." Repeat these sentences often, use them in daily life, and your grammar will improve automatically. Remember, listening and copying native speakers is more effective than studying theory alone. Step 4. Use English in your daily life. 9:25 to 9:59. Now that you understand mindset, immersion, and grammar, it's time to apply English to everyday activities. Everything you do can be expressed in English: waking up, brushing your teeth, making tea or coffee, cooking, talking to family, going shopping, or relaxing in the evening. For example, when you wake up, say aloud, "Good morning. I feel fresh today. I had a good sleep. Let me get up and brush my teeth." When making breakfast, say, "I am making tea. This tea smells so good. I am eating toast with butter." Even if you are alone, saying these things aloud will make speaking feel natural and comfortable. Step 5. Practice real-life conversations. It is not enough to talk to yourself, you also need to practice conversations that occur in real life. For example, a morning conversation with your mother could be, "Good morning, Mom." "Good morning. How did you sleep?" "I slept well." "What are you making for breakfast?" "I am making eggs and toast." "Do you want some tea?" "Yes, please. I love tea in the morning." These simple dialogues teach you natural expressions, and repetition makes them easy to recall when needed. Step 6. Think in English. 2108 to 2341. One of the biggest obstacles to fluency is thinking in your native language first. When you translate every sentence in your head, speaking becomes slow and unnatural. Start training your brain to think directly in English. Begin with simple words. When you see a bed, think bed instead of the word in your native language. When brushing your teeth, think I am brushing my teeth. Gradually, form simple sentences in your mind and speak to yourself in English. Doing this every day, even for 5 to 10 minutes, helps your brain adapt to English thinking naturally. Step 7. Consistent daily practice. Finally, make English a daily habit. Follow a simple daily routine. Morning, name everything around you in English. Afternoon, make simple sentences in your mind. Evening, watch or listen to English for at least 20 minutes. Speak to yourself for 5 to 10 minutes. Consistency is key. The more you immerse yourself, think in English, and speak daily, the faster your fluency will grow. Remember, mistakes do not matter, effort matters. By following these 7 steps, English will become easy, natural, and enjoyable. Fluency is no longer a dream, it's a process that you can start today. Now that you have learned the foundational steps to learn English naturally, it is time to apply your knowledge in practical conversations. This stage is essential because many learners understand English well. They can read, write, and listen, but when it comes to speaking, they feel nervous, hesitant, or unsure. The key is to activate your English skills and practice them in situations that resemble real life. Start with your daily routine. Begin by describing your daily activities aloud in English. Every small action can become a speaking opportunity. For example, when you wake up, say, "Good morning. I feel fresh today. I had a good sleep. Let me get up and brush my teeth." Then, as you move to the bathroom, "I am brushing my teeth. Now I am washing my face. Let me take a shower." When you go to the kitchen, narrate your actions. "I am making tea. This tea smells so good. I am eating toast with butter." Even if no one is listening, speaking aloud helps you get comfortable with English words and sentences. Over time, you will start thinking in English automatically, and speaking will feel natural. Simple conversations at home. Next, practice conversations with family members. A morning conversation with your mother could go like this. "Good morning, Mom." "Good morning. How did you sleep?" "I slept well." "What are you making for breakfast?" "I am making eggs and toast." "Do you want some tea?" "Yes, please. I love tea in the morning." Notice how this conversation is simple, natural, and practical. You don't need difficult words. The goal is to communicate ideas clearly and confidently. Practicing these short dialogues daily will prepare you to respond quickly in real-life conversations. Conversations in public places. When you go outside, there are many opportunities to speak English. For example, at a market, you could have a conversation like this. "Excuse me, do you have fresh tomatoes?" "Yes, here they are." "How much for 1 kilo?" "It's $2 per kilo." "I'll take 2 kilos." "Anything else?" "Yes, I also need some onions." "Here you go. That'll be $5 in total." "Thank you. Have a nice day." This type of dialogue teaches you practical phrases, numbers, and polite expressions. By practicing it repeatedly, you will feel confident to speak in public without hesitation or fear of making mistakes. Conversations with friends. Another useful context is talking to friends. A simple conversation could be, "Hey, how are you?" "I am good. How about you?" I am great. What are you doing? Nothing much, just relaxing. Do you want to go for a walk? Yes, that sounds great. If you go to a cafe together, practice ordering food or drinks. Hello, what would you like to order? 1 coffee and 1 lemonade, please. Is that all? Yes, thank you. These exercises not only improve your vocabulary and sentence structure but also train you to respond naturally in different social situations. Evening conversations and reflection. In the evening, you can continue practicing English by talking about your day. For example, with your family. Today was a long day. What did you do today? I went to the market and met my friend. That sounds nice. What did you buy? I bought some vegetables and fruits. Good. Let's have dinner now. If you are alone, reflect on your day in English. For example, today was a good day. I learned a lot of new things. Tomorrow, I will wake up early and practice my morning English routine. Now it's time to sleep. Good night. Talking to yourself in English might feel strange at first, but it is one of the most powerful methods to build fluency because it removes fear of judgment and encourages consistent practice. The power of listening and repeating. One of the most effective techniques to improve your spoken English is listening and repeating. Whenever you hear a new sentence, do not just understand it, say it out loud. Repeat exactly how a native speaker pronounces it. For example, if you hear, I am going to the market, repeat it multiple times, copying the intonation, rhythm, and pronunciation. This daily practice will improve both your pronunciation and confidence. Combining daily life with practice. Use every part of your day as a speaking opportunity. While preparing meals, commuting, or relaxing, describe your actions in English. For instance, I am cooking rice. The rice smells good. I will serve it with vegetables. I am taking a bus to the market. The weather is nice today. This method makes English a natural part of your life, instead of something you practice only in a classroom or for a short study session. Key tips for successful practice. Keep it simple, use short sentences and everyday words. Be consistent, speak English daily, even for 5 to 10 minutes. Don't fear mistakes, mistakes are a natural part of learning. Record yourself, occasionally record your voice, listen, and correct errors. Practice real conversations, simulate real-life situations whenever possible. By following these strategies, you will gradually overcome hesitation, build confidence, and speak English fluently in both personal and public situations. The key is daily, consistent practice combined with immersion, thinking in English, and using English to describe your real-life experiences. Practical conversation practice is not just about learning words, it's about activating your English in real life. The more you speak, the more natural and automatic it becomes. Eventually, speaking English will feel as easy and comfortable as speaking your native language. Remember, fluency is not achieved overnight, but with dedication, daily practice, and courage to speak, you will see remarkable progress. Now that you have started practicing practical conversations, the next step is to focus on pronunciation and building confidence while speaking. Many learners struggle not because they lack vocabulary or grammar, but because they are afraid of making mistakes or sounding unnatural. Improving your pronunciation and gaining confidence are essential for speaking English fluently. Step 1. Listen and copy, 1512 to 1723. The fastest and most effective way to improve pronunciation is to listen carefully to native speakers and copy them exactly. Choose simple audio clips, sentences, or short videos, and pay attention to the way words are pronounced, the stress on syllables, and the intonation of the sentence. For example, if you hear, "I want to go to the park," do not just read it silently. Listen to how a native speaker says it and repeat it out loud exactly the same way. Try to match the rhythm, tone, and speed as closely as possible. Repeating these sentences daily will train your mouth and brain to produce natural English sounds. Step 2. Speak slowly and clearly, 1723 to 1835. Many learners think that speaking fast makes them sound fluent. In reality, speaking too quickly can make your pronunciation unclear and difficult to understand. Focus on speaking slowly and clearly, pronouncing each word fully. For example, instead of saying "I'm gonna to the park" quickly, say "I am going to the park." Clear speech allows listeners to understand you easily, and it also gives your brain time to form sentences correctly. Over time, speaking slowly and clearly will naturally improve your fluency and confidence. Step 3. Record and compare your voice, 1835 to 1902. Another powerful technique is to record yourself speaking and compare it with native speakers. Choose a sentence or short paragraph, speak it aloud, and record your voice. Then, listen carefully and compare it with a native speaker's version. Identify areas where your pronunciation differs and practice correcting them. This method helps you notice mistakes you might not detect while speaking naturally. Recording yourself regularly will accelerate your improvement and boost your confidence, as you can track your progress over time. Step 4. Stop fearing mistakes, 1902 to 1932. Even if your pronunciation is good, many learners hesitate to speak due to fear of mistakes. It's important to understand that mistakes are a normal part of learning. Every native speaker makes errors sometimes. Mistakes are not failures, they are opportunities to learn. To build confidence, remind yourself daily, "I am learning." It's okay to make mistakes. Effort matters more than perfection. Step 5. Speak English every day, 1932 to 2004. Confidence comes from consistent practice. Make it a rule to speak English for at least 15 minutes every day. Talk to yourself in the mirror, have conversations with friends, or even narrate your daily activities aloud. The more you practice, the more natural and confident you will become. Daily speaking exercises reduce hesitation and make English a part of your life, not just a subject you study. Step 6. Use the 3-second rule, 2004 to 2035. A simple technique to prevent hesitation is the 3-second rule. When you want to say something, don't overthink. Give yourself 3 seconds and then speak immediately. For example, if a friend asks, "What did you do yesterday?" Don't pause too long trying to form the perfect sentence. Instead, answer naturally, "I went to the park." "I watched a movie." "I had a great day." This rule trains your brain to respond quickly, reduces nervousness, and helps you sound more natural in conversation. Additional tips for pronunciation and confidence. Shadowing, listen to a native speaker and speak along with them simultaneously. This helps with rhythm, stress, and natural flow. Minimal pairs practice, focus on words that sound similar but have different meanings, e.g., ship versus sheep, to refine your pronunciation. Tongue twisters, practice tongue twisters to improve clarity and articulation. Visual feedback, watch yourself in the mirror while speaking to ensure correct mouth movement. Positive reinforcement, celebrate small improvements to keep motivation high. Why pronunciation and confidence matter. Even if your grammar is perfect, unclear pronunciation or low confidence can prevent others from understanding you. Conversely, if your pronunciation is clear and you speak confidently, people will understand you even if you make small mistakes. Fluent English is not just about knowing words, it's about communicating effectively. By practicing these techniques, you train both your mouth and your mind to speak naturally. Conclusion. Improving pronunciation and building confidence is a step-by-step process. Listen carefully, copy native speakers, speak slowly and clearly, record yourself, accept mistakes, speak every day, and use the 3-second rule. With consistent effort, your pronunciation will become clear, your confidence will grow, and speaking English will feel natural. Remember, fluency is a journey, not a destination. By integrating these habits into your daily routine, you are not only learning English, you are living English. Once your pronunciation and confidence improve, you will find it easier to think in English, participate in conversations, and enjoy speaking without hesitation, which are the next essential steps to achieving full fluency. The final step to becoming fluent in English is training your brain to think in English. Many learners spend years studying English but still struggle to speak fluently. The main reason is that they translate from their native language in their head before speaking. This slows down your responses and makes your sentences sound unnatural. To speak English naturally, you must train yourself to think directly in English. Start small. When you see objects around you, name them in English instead of translating. For example, when you wake up, notice your bed, pillow, and window, and think, bed, pillow, window, sunlight. As you go through your day, continue naming objects and describing actions in English. When brushing your teeth, think, I am brushing my teeth. When eating, think, I am eating rice. This food is delicious. The key is to start with simple words and sentences and gradually build complexity. Next, incorporate daily English practice into your routine. In the morning, spend a few minutes naming objects around you and describing your activities aloud. In the afternoon, form simple sentences in your mind and narrate what you are doing. In the evening, dedicate at least 20 minutes to listening, reading, or watching English content. Finally, speak to yourself for 5 to 10 minutes about your day, your thoughts, or your plans. Consistency is crucial. By following this daily plan, your brain will begin to think in English automatically. You will reduce hesitation, improve fluency, and gain confidence in speaking. Remember, mistakes don't matter, effort does. Every day, immerse yourself in English, speak, listen, and think in the language. Over time, English will become natural, and speaking fluently will feel effortless. This is the key to achieving long-term fluency and confidence.